Hey everyone, welcome back to The Trident, the channel where we deep dive into the incredible world of prehistoric life. Today, we will be talking about a bizarre prehistoric amphibian that looks like it crawled out of a science fiction movie. I'm your host Millie, and today I will be taking you all into the murky swamps of the late Triassic period to meet one of the weirdest amphibians to ever exist. Meet Gerrothorax, a flat-headed aquatic predator that looked like someone crossed a salamander with a toilet seat cover. Seriously though, this creature was strange even by prehistoric standards. So, step carefully through the mud, avoid the deep parts of the swamp water, and let's uncover the story of this ancient ambush hunter. First things first, what does the name Gerrothorax actually mean? The name comes from the Greek zero, refers to a woven shield, while thorax means chest plate or armor. So, the name roughly translates to shield chest, and honestly, that's pretty fitting. Gerrothorax had a broad, flattened body and skull that gave it the appearance of an armored swamp pancake. Not exactly intimidating by modern standards until you realize it was hiding underwater, waiting to snap at anything unlucky enough to swim by. Gerrothorax lived during the late Triassic period, around 210 to 200 million years ago. That places it just before the rise of the dinosaurs as the dominant rulers of Earth. During that time, the world's continents were still joined together in the supercontinent Pangaea, creating vast seasonal environments filled with rivers, lakes, and swamps. Fossils of Gerrothorax have been discovered mainly in parts of Germany, Greenland, Sweden, and Poland. These regions back then were warm and humid, with large freshwater systems perfect for aquatic amphibians. So, while early dinosaurs were beginning to spread across the land, Gerrothorax stayed in the water, lurking quietly beneath the surface. Now, let's talk about where this strange creature fits in the amphibian family tree. Gerrothorax belonged to the family Plagiosauridae, a group of highly specialized aquatic temnospondyl amphibians. Temnospondyls were among the dominant amphibians of the Paleozoic and early Mesozoic eras, and many of them became surprisingly large and diverse. But Gerrothorax was specially unusual even among its relatives. It evolved into a fully aquatic ambush predator with an extremely flattened body shape, something that is very rare in modern-day amphibians. The environment Gerrothorax lived in was basically a prehistoric swamp world. Imagine shallow lakes surrounded by dense vegetation, muddy river banks, giant horsetails, ferns, and conifer forests stretching into the distance. The climate was warm, seasonal, and often unstable, with floods and droughts occurring frequently and shaping the landscape. The waters were filled with fish, crustaceans, and other amphibians, while the land nearby hosted early reptiles and primitive dinosaurs. For a creature like Gerrothorax, these shallow waters were perfect. The muddy bottoms provided camouflage, while the murky conditions helped it stay hidden from both prey and predators. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Unlike active hunters that chase prey around, Gerrothorax was more of a sit-and-wait ambush predator. It probably spent more of its life lying motionless at the bottom of lakes or rivers with only its eyes facing upward. And thanks to its bizarre-shaped body, it was perfectly designed for this strategy. Its body was so flat that it could practically disappear into the mud. What's even cooler is that scientists believe Gerrothorax may have used a feeding method called suction feeding. Instead of lunging forward like a crocodile, It would suddenly open its mouth, creating a vacuum that sucked prey inward almost instantly. One of the strangest things about Gerrothorax is that it likely never completed metamorphosis the way modern amphibians do. This condition is called neoteny, meaning it retained juvenile features even as an adult. For example, it kept its external gills throughout its life, much like modern axolotls. This meant it remained fully aquatic instead of transitioning onto land. Its body was short and flattened, with relatively weak limbs that weren't suited for walking. This was not an animal built for land movement. So, how big was this swamp-dwelling oddball? Gerrothorax generally reached lengths of around 1 meter or roughly 3.3 feet long. But it is possible that it could have reached bigger sizes. As for weight, estimates suggest it weighed around 10 to 15 kilograms, which is approximately 22 to 33 pounds. So, while it wasn't enormous compared to giant crocodilians or marine reptiles, it was one of the largest amphibians of its ecosystem, especially for something spending most of its life hidden underwater. When it comes to food, Gerrothorax mainly preyed on fish, small amphibians, crustaceans, and aquatic invertebrates. Its suction feeding strategy made it specially effective against fast-moving prey in murky water. Rather than relying on speed, it relied on patience and perfect timing. But Gerrothorax wasn't always the predator. Larger aquatic reptiles and early crocodile like Archosaurus may have preyed on it, especially juveniles. So, what caused the extinction of Gerrothorax? The late Triassic was a time of major environmental instability. Climate changes, volcanic activity, and shifting ecosystems began transforming freshwater habitats across Pangaea. As more advanced reptiles, including crocodile relatives and early dinosaurs, expanded into aquatic and semi-aquatic habitats, amphibians like Gerrothorax faced increasing competition. Then came the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event around 201 million years ago, which wiped out many ancient groups of amphibians and reptiles. Specialized creatures like Gerrothorax that depended heavily on stable freshwater habitats simply couldn't adapt quickly enough to the changing world. Gerrothorax fossils were first described in 1922 by Swedish paleontologist Gunnar Save Soderberg. Many important fossils have been found in Europe, especially in Germany and Sweden, where ancient lake sediments preserved their flattened skulls remarkably well. These discoveries helped scientists better understand not only ancient amphibians but also how aquatic predators evolved long before modern crocodiles and giant salamanders appeared. And that was Gerrothorax, the bizarre pancake-headed amphibian of the Triassic swamps. Strange, specialized, and perfectly adapted for ambush hunting, it's another reminder that prehistoric life was often far weirder than anything we see today. If you enjoyed this video into the ancient wetlands, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode here on the Trident. Until next time, I am Millie signing off. We will be returning soon with another video. So until then, stay wild, stay curious.